It's the Sean Widmer Podcast. It's a journal by someone that just really doesn't like to write.
USA, USA, USA. Wow. Okay, I just got done watching the USA, Bosnia. They're Bosnia. I know that's not right. I don't need to remember their name anymore because they're not in the World Cup anymore. But the Bosnia-USA game just finished 2-0 USA, and the U.S. is moving on to the round of 16. Seattle, Washington is going to be electric on Monday. Electric. Now, the unfortunate part is USA is going to be the underdog. They're down a man. We'll talk about that in a second. And it's more likely than not is going to end poorly for the U.S. Now, that doesn't mean the U.S. is going to lose. I'll have my money on the U.S. I'll be cheering for them. I'm going to be hooting and hollering and screaming. And I do think they have a fighting chance to win the game. Belgium's just, on paper, they have the better players. They're a better team. Okay, so all that. Now, this is just me also talking about what I've read quickly in the last 20 minutes after the game. I don't actually know. I watched Belgium play because I've watched pretty much every single World Cup game, it feels like. I don't remember a thing about them. But I just know they're going to be good. All right, they're a European team. They're going to be good. So Seattle is going to be insane. And it is going to be an insane enough event that if I still lived in Spokane, this is one of those events where you're not going to be able to get tickets. More likely than not. I mean, unless you already have them. Tickets are going to go back up through the roof. So these tickets to this game on resale were originally, when they went on resale 2 weeks ago, with people knowing that this game was coming up, they were selling for $4,000 for tickets to this game. And then they came back down to earth this last week, down to around $800. So big fluctuation there. A lot of people bought tickets for $4,000 and realized they were selling for $800 a couple weeks later. But I think now they're probably going to go back up a little bit. Let me see if we can find USA, U.S. men's national team, July, what did that be, July 6 tickets. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. This is on gotickets.com. I just want to see if we can get an estimation on prices. USA, Belgium. This is live right here. Looking at it right now on Monday night. They're all the way back up to $3,000. Oh my gosh. There was a moment buy low took effect. It's crazy how that works. They were up to $4,000. They dropped this week to $800. And the second the United States won that game and people realized this is going to be crazy, these things are back up to $3,000 for upper. I'm talking 300 level. See if I can get down to the 200 level. Okay, you ready for this? Midfield, lower 135. Okay, row L. So that is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. 12 rows up, 12th man. 12 rows up, midfield. $11,879. Okay, so what I'm bringing up here is that this game is going to be electric. If I still lived in Spokane, this is one of those days where you go, okay, what do I have in terms of days off for work? You know, I don't want to just burn a vacation day willy-nilly, but this Monday, Tuesday, it could be amazing. The atmosphere on Monday just in general is going to be awesome. There's a high chance that the night ends poorly, but there is still that feeling of like we made it, USA made it this far. You can still have fun Monday night. Belgium's going to be out having a big time. You can latch on and be like, dude, that was fun. And, you know, it's going to be a party in Seattle. If the USA wins this game on Monday, this is what you're betting on when you go over there. You're already going to have a good time just if you like being around, you know, the atmosphere. If the United States wins on Monday, Seattle's going to be the coolest place that we've had in the United States in a really long time. It's going to be the best. They've already had the best, most electric crowds for the World Cup. It has been outside in the U.S. The place in Mexico is insane. I forget what it's called. It's got an awesome name. What is that stadium in Mexico? The stadium in Mexico. Gosh dang it. Estadio Azteca. Estadio Azteca is buck nutty. It's the place of places. It's where it's just happening. What is it? Mexico, England is happening this weekend. That game's going to be wild. So that's great. But in the States, it's Seattle. 4.5 hour drive to get there from Spokane. If you know someone in Seattle, tell them you're going to spend the night. I don't know, man. I think that's the play. Anyways, enough on that. I'm not a diehard soccer person, but I will say this. Anytime I watch a soccer match, and I've watched a lot of World Cup matches, I really enjoy it. I really, really enjoy it. I also really just love sports. So I can get down watching, basketball game, football game, baseball game. I love watching Wimbledon. I've got into the pickleball. I've really liked watching the pickleball league, the professional pickleball league. I know that's super cheesy, but I really like it. I'll watch golf. I can get down with watching pretty much hockey. I love it. I love sports. And so this is that part of me channels in. But there is a fun strategy to it. I kind of like the ebbs and flows in it where it's slow for a second and then super aggressive for a moment and then it kind of slows down. And I really enjoy it. It's different than a lot of the other sports that I watch where basketball and football is kind of big play. It's plays. The slowness kind of leads into the quickness. I've really enjoyed watching it. Every time the World Cup comes around, I'm like, look, I'm gonna dive into my Tottenham Hotspurs next year even more, and I'm gonna really focus on trying to watch a lot of games. And then I'll make it through about October, and the NFL is going on, and college basketball kicks in, and it's really hard to make a point to get one more thing on the sports calendar for me to watch. But I enjoyed it. Now, I don't know a lot about soccer. I understand most of the rules. That red card on Balogun tonight was, I've got to assume from just the layman, right? This is coming from innocent observer. I got to assume that tomorrow it's going to be bullcrap across the board from the non-USA haters. So if you're going to find someone who breaks down soccer at a high level, but just hates the U.S., they're gonna agree with the call. But I'm excited for the Men in Blazers, Raj from the Men in Blazers. I want to hear what he says about it, and I want to hear some of the bigger dogs who seem more neutral, because we have a guy who steps on another player's heel, looks dangerous, looks like a foul, looks very accidental, and the hard part I'm having is in most other sports. When you get kicked out of a game, accidental is normally not the word that is used when you get tossed. It for sure is not the word that is used when you get tossed from a game with the penalty bleeding over into you missing the next game. Accidental is never used for that. I've never seen a guy tossed for another game from an accidental play. You get a penalty, you get a foul, you might get a flagrant foul, might be a 15-yard penalty. It's not like you're going to get away with it, and it's it was an accident, so there was no contact, there was nothing wrong. But to get kicked out of that game and tossed for the next game, what in the world was that garbage? What in the world was that garbage? Oh, my goodness. So I think I'm kind of with most of America soccer fans who are like me, just kind of casuals. It seemed weird. My other big takeaway, and I need to look it up again. I want to get the article. All right. Why can't I type? There we go. Gosh, dang it. Just let me type. I see the suggested thing there. Okay. I really dislike the pink shoes, the pink cleats. I like to the point where it's silly that I dislike him this much, but I dislike him this much. So I was like, what happened? Why is everyone wearing these pink cleats? So here we go. This is from a Fox Sports article. This is actually from a Fox Sports article that was updated today. Major sports apparel brands, including Nike, Adidas, Puma, New Balance, and Skechers, all independently released pink-centric footwear packs for this summer's tournament. The widespread adoption of the color comes down to a combination of broadcast visibility, consumer trends, and player confidence. I hate them. Primary technical reason for the color choice is high contrast. So Look, this is the thinking behind it from the inventor of the shoe, Nike or whoever makes the shoe, Adidas. Pink. So if you've got your color wheel, pink sits opposite of the color wheel, making it the most visible color against the soccer pitch, right? So you got the green grass and the pink shoes, they're very visible. My problem is I have seen Nike hammer out some of the sickest red, white, and blue shoes. There's a pair of Air Max 95s. I believe they're Air Max 95s. That are some of my favorite shoes of all time that they released for the Olympics, and they are the greatest red, white, and blues. Now, Christian Pulisic, who I do not like, I think he is, every time I've watched him and tried to enjoy him and try to get into him, he hasn't really done anything for me. So I feel bad about that. My Google search just doesn't want to help me out any. Let me see. Christian Pulisic World Cup cleats, because I think his cleats are sick. His cleats are sick. He's Puma, and the Puma little like swoosh is blue with a red border, and then he's got blue stars all over him, and the shoe is white. They are so dope. I want more of that. I want red, white, and blues. I know everyone across the board in the whole world is apparently wearing pink, but these red, white, and blues look awesome. And the thing with them is that everyone else is wearing pink. So now, joke's on the pink ones. Everyone wearing pink just looks like they're wearing the normal shoe. So now the white shoes with the stars on them stand out way more. It's like, oh, there's some orange shoes people have, and then these white shoes, they stick out like a sore thumb. So joke is on all the pink ones. Puma, all these. I need to see the superstars. What's Lionel Messi wearing? This will be interesting. What is Lionel Messi wearing? Okay. Lionel Messi World Cup cleats. Yeah, of course. Of course. His are, he's not wearing pinks. He's not wearing pinks. So what has happened is these major sports brands have given all these guys pink cleats so they stand out, and then they have successfully given the superstars these non-pink cleats, and the joke is on all the pink cleat guys. All right, there we go. World Cup talk. World Cup episode. I'm excited for Monday. The other thing is I'm excited for all the rest of the games this weekend. I think there's going to be awesome ones. I really love Harry Kane. He played for the Tottenham Hotspurs, so I liked him. I was very excited that he scored some goals for England today, and they won. But what do we have? Like tomorrow, we've got Spain. So Spain has that really young dude who's really cool. Don't know what his name is. Portugal, Croatia. Portugal has Cristiano Ronaldo. Switzerland, Algeria, I know nothing about. That's tomorrow night. Friday has Colombia, which I'm excited about that. Late night Colombia. Messi plays on Friday, Argentina. And then Australia, Egypt. All I know about Australia, Egypt stayed in Spokane. So that was cool. And then 4th of July, we get the Canada game, round of 16. And 4th of July, we get the Paraguay-France game, so I can watch Kylian Mbappe, who is apparently the greatest soccer player in the world right now. Okay, that's all. Soccer episode. I think maybe the first soccer episode ever. Sean Widmer Podcast. Thanks for being here.